What's up, guys? Eric Music coming at you with a Premiere Pro Basics tutorial. Not going to get too flashy in this one, just for people who haven't really gotten into it. Maybe they just downloaded it, don't really know much about it. You want to edit some simple videos, no tricks, no craziness or effects or anything. We're going to get right into it. So first thing, you open it up. This is what it looks like, right? You got new project, open project, new team project, open team project. So we're going to go new project. Click new project, and that will take you to this screen where you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Premiere Basics. Okay. And I've got it default to save to my Adobe Premiere file, but you can save it wherever you want. So that's where it's going to save the project file there. That's not the video, that's just the project file. So once you've finished it and rendered it, it's not going to save there. The render's not going to save there. So now you want to upload your clips, whatever they are, right? So go to wherever your file location is. Okay, mine, we're going to go desktop. I've got a bunch of videos here. Let's go to my footage. Where's my footage at? Super easy. My footage. Bam. I got some footage in here, right? I'm just going to grab one and drag it into the timeline. Doesn't really matter what it is. So we got this one right here. Just boom, drag it into timeline. Done, right? Super easy. Nothing to it. You're actually going to start out on this tab whenever you open up into it. I was already working on a project, so it's going to bring you into the effects tab. My computer's being a little slow, so I apologize. Yeah, so this is what it's going to look like whenever you first go in there. Some of the windows might be in a different spot, like the effects will be over here, right? Which is no big deal. You go to Window, Workspaces, Reset. Reset Save Layout. Okay, so this is where it's going to be whenever you sign in. This is what it's going to look like, more or less. So now you want to add some transitions or something, right? C is a shortcut for cut tool, so you can cut that. V, shortcut for pointer tool, selection tool, right? Grab, drag, drop, whatever you want to do there. So you split your clip, maybe you split your clip and you want to put some text in between here, right? You want to do something like that, okay? So we're going to add some text, split clip, right? Now when you do that, it adds a layer right here. See this layer? That's our text, because I just did that. So boom, see, split clip, right? That's what that does. So now if you were to play this through, you would get that, where we split our clip, split clip, right? And we didn't change anything, so it's just standard split clip. Bam, back to the clip, right? Super easy, super, super easy. Now, you've also got, this is 2018, so you've got some masking tools here that you can use if you're doing that sort of stuff. You can, mask something out, but we're not doing that. So we're just going to go ahead and turn that back off. Very easy to do. I'll get into that in another tutorial, but they do have masking effects here that they didn't have in previous versions, which is cool. So now you're working with audio file, and you got an audio file that you use in something else maybe. So what you want to do is right-click on your clip that has the audio file, unlink it, okay? You unlink it, and now you can move your audio around separate from your video file, right? So you got your video file right here, and then you got your audio over here. So maybe you want to, move the audio somewhere else, you want to put it somewhere else, doesn't really matter. Okay, and then you've got your effects over here, right? You've got effects, presets, all this sort of good stuff. We're gonna go to video transitions, okay? I'm just gonna grab one, doesn't really matter what you grab, and we're gonna throw it in there. All right, just gonna throw it in there, and then you can see, you just drag and drop, and that's not working. So let's go with a different one here. Slide, band slide. Okay, band slide. There. Now you can see how that slides. Now if you wanted to make the transition, you want to customize transition a little bit, you can actually hover over these transitions, extend the transition itself, and it will make it shorter or longer depending on what kind of transition you're trying to do, right? Like maybe you've got a fade. Maybe you've got a fade in, fade out kind of thing. Video transition, where would that be in? That's going to be dissolve. I'm just going to search it up here. Dissolve. Okay. We're going to go whatever, additive resolve, dissolve. I'm going to put that right there. So you want to make it a shorter dissolve video. There you go. Well, it's kind of hard to tell with this specific clip, but it basically dissolves out to where it is a totally different clip there. All right, so we got our dissolve. And dissolves. See how it shows? This is the last clip right here. And you're still in there. Now, if you want to make that longer, by all means, go right ahead. Now you got them running in the same clip, like a couple of ghosts, right? And that's how that works. Now, there's obviously a bunch of different types. You don't like the lighting on there. Now, there you go. You got two people, same clip, even though they're some totally different clips. Yeah, they look like ghosts, you know, and that's cool. But that's something that's interesting to do, and you know, it can really make for some fun clips there. Really simple to do, just drag and drop. So now we've got our text, we've got our cutting, we've got our changing stuff around, we've got our, let's see, audio here, right? Audio. You want to change the levels of your audio. So you click on the clip that you want to change the audio levels at, and then you've got your audio tracks over here, right? That tells you, you can see where the audio is right there. You've got your master, okay, for everything, and then you've got your one channel right here. So you turn that down, that's going to turn your master down by default, right? So that's super easy. And if you want to add effects to it, that's super simple too. They've got these boxes over here, which are awesome. You know, if you've got some dialogue right here, you can actually have presets in the dialogue for female voice, male voice, you know, from the radio, from the television, you know, whatever. Podcast voice, that one's actually pretty clear. So if you're putting that over audio, it makes it super easy to do. Highly, highly recommend using these presets over here. Because once you do, you can actually go in and change how, you know, extreme that preset is, all the way down to 0. And it changes the wave patterns there. So whenever you listen to it, I don't know if you can hear anything in this, because I'm pretty sure I deleted all the audio. Whenever you listen to it in this, it's a little bit different, right? You've got, it's different than just your standard nada, right? That's the idea there. Super simple. You know, if you've got noisy stuff, that's a really good way to make it happen. Same thing with music. You know, you got music that was recorded in a garage or something, or you want to make it sound a certain way, you got this stuff over here. And this is all in your audio tab, right? This is all in your audio, so that's for your audio. And you got your graphics tab. Graphics tab, again, something that's really cool. You've got stock text footage over here, right? Which you can take and drag and drop onto, you know, wherever you want to drop it. Right there looks like a good spot. It's going to come up with some font thing because I don't have the fonts installed, which most people aren't going to have that unless you unless you're on a Mac, or unless you have you know, unless you're better than me at downloading fonts. And a lot of these are pre-animated, so you don't really have to do anything. As we move forward here, scrub forward a little bit, you'll be able to see how that title is already pre-animated. This isn't a very good one for an example, but you can see how it zooms in like that. It's already pre-animated. So it's a lot of work you don't have to do. A lot of stuff you don't have to worry about. And they'll have different types of animations, you know, and they got some really cool news ones down here that stuff's all pre-animated. There's really nothing. You can animate it yourself. You can change it up, make it look different so it doesn't look like a random preset that you picked off of, you know, Premiere Pro, but you don't have to, right? And then they also got stock footage over here which similar thing. It's just a little bit more in depth. Some of them you got to pay for, and there are some free ones on this side that are pretty cool. So all in all, that's pretty much all you're going to need to make standard basic videos. You know, you want to turn the layer on or off right there, eyeball. You want to mute one of the audio tracks, mute it right there. That's how you mute it. You want to solo just that track, hit solo. You want to add more tracks, right click, add tracks, okay? And then you add tracks. Super easy. Same thing with either side. Add track, and then it'll ask you what kind of track you want, right? After video 3, after video 1, where in the timeline do you want to add it? Add 1 track, add 59 tracks, add 0, you know, however many tracks you need. And then that'll tell you, you know, then you got your audio submix tracks, which I haven't even used that yet. So anything else that's on here really isn't going to be, unless you're doing big, you know, in-depth projects, there's not going to be a whole lot of other stuff that this program's going to do for you. You know, After Effects takes care of most of the graphic stuff, so you do have essential graphics, right, which is what we were looking at earlier, so you don't have to go straight into graphics. You can do it right over here if you want. It's the same difference. It takes you to the same place. You know, multiple links to the same place is always a good thing. Right, so you get right there. But typically I just click graphics, because when you do your text, if you want to change your text, right, you want to change your text, you're going to go to graphics to do it, right? Essential graphics or graphics. And then you can change all your text stuff right there. Super, super easy. And you got your color tools, right? You got color wheels over here. So you can change the color of a, here we'll go with this clip. You can change your colors, and then it'll change the you know, the heat or the tint or whatever you want to call that, and then your highlights. So that's your colorization stuff. Your you know, color correction right there. And you got your curves, all this stuff you can turn on and off right there. Turn that on, turn that off, right? Mess with the different. You got your vignette. You can turn all this stuff on or off, depending on what you want it to look like. And there's really not much more to go over than that. So anybody tells you it takes them an hour and a half to learn Premiere Pro, they probably don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to get you to watch their video for a lot longer, because there's really not a whole lot of stuff to learn in this, to be honest. It's your first video editing software ever. You're probably going to have a small learning curve, because you're going to need to learn what some of this stuff means, you know, like transitions and graphics, right? But if you don't know what graphics mean, then you probably should never downloaded this program in the first place. But that's how easy it is. You know, you just drag and drop. Now, when you start getting into bigger projects, you're going to have a little problem with it rendering and you know, maybe taking longer. So you can actually take the render rate down to half or quarter, depending on what you're using and how, you know, precise you need to be with the visuals. That won't affect how the video comes out. That just affects how quickly it'll render, so you can see what your project looks like, what you did, right? It just affects how quickly it processes everything. See, so it processes a quarter, right? Quarter resolution, and that tells you where you're at. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I highly recommend watching, you know, other tutorials like Video Copilot, Surface Studios. Those are really great. That's where I learn all my stuff. And again, Video Copilot and Surface Studio. Another good one is Nadian Sands. I can't tell you how to spell it, but he's on YouTube. American guy, really good stuff. Gives you a lot of tutorials on After Effects and Pro. And there's plenty of other tutorials out there that are good, but I notice there's a lot of them out there that don't really give you any information. A lot of them that give you bad information. You know, they try to make it sound more difficult than what it actually is. So it's super simple, super simple. This is pretty much the first video editing software I ever got was Premiere back in the day. So if you guys like the video, if you want to see something else, just, you know, pound that subscribe button, pound that like button. I will get more to you as soon as I have time. And if there's a certain trick or tip, something like that that you want to see, you know, just let me know what it is, and I will do my best to get it to you. In the meantime, have fun with your editing, and yeah, check out Video Copilot, some of the plugins they got, and I'm sure you'll be extremely happy with what you learn. Zoom in and out right there. I'm squeezing on my keypad. I'm on a laptop, so I'm zooming in and out right there by squeezing on my zoom in laptop, zoom out laptop. Also, I believe the plus and minus buttons will work for that as well, but I don't use that. So, and then Control Z, undo. So if you screw up, undo. Remember C, V, okay? Those are the two you're going to use the most. C and V, right there. Cut, pointer. And you've got these right over here, grab tools. So, you guys have fun. Smash that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.